Good morning, everyone. Or I guess good afternoon to most people. Working graveyard shift is making time relativity pretty difficult for me. But today I wanted to share a story with you, and I'm pretty excited. This story relates to why I was so nervous to start Lipsense and why I have decided to always use Lipsense. And that is my battle with cold sores. I don't know how many other people out there have dealt with cold sores before, but they are terrible. They're literally like one of the worst things that you can have. They hurt, they're annoying. People don't like to see it on you because I don't know about you, but people avoid me when they notice I have a cold sore. It kind of just like, because it kind of freaks them out. They don't want it. It is something that can spread once you have an outbreak. And it's just, I've always had a really hard time. And I've had cold sores since I can remember. And my biggest problem is that they got worse as I got older, and nobody could tell me why. Doctors were baffled. I went from trying super crazy medicated ointments to doing a super high doses of acyclovir, which is an antiviral drug. And even with the acyclovir, at the dose of 800 milligrams 3 times daily, that's a very high dose, my cold sores would still grow. And if I did not take the acyclovir, they would get large. And I have proof of it for you. I actually have a photo that I took the worst time I had cold sores. I'm really embarrassed about this photo. This is my top lip, and this is, I'd gotten it the previous day. I noticed a cold sores coming on, and I did not have my fill of acyclovir. And honestly, if I don't take it within the first hour, or honestly the first 15 minutes, it doesn't seem to help. And it was bad. I didn't have it. And so this is not even 24 hours after starting a cold sore. There you are. That is my top lip. It's huge. It's probably 3 or 4 times the size that it normally is. Multiple heads of cold sores. By this point, I couldn't speak very well because my upper lip couldn't move. And so I couldn't say, anything that required like B's, P's, things like that. M's, I had a hard time even with. And my teeth actually went numb because there's so much pressure on the front of my face right here. And it was really embarrassing. I actually had to go to work, and at the time I worked at a museum with kids, and it was a huge event, and it was really embarrassing for me. And also, it's so painful. It takes a long time to go away. And this was a norm for me. This terrifies me that this will happen again, that it did. This happened to me multiple times, top or bottom lip. And this isn't because I didn't take care of making sure I didn't spread it, because it can spread across your lip if you get one here. This is literally all at the same time, just comes out. And this is what baffled doctors. They did not know why it was getting worse and why they're getting this bad. And I've never ever seen anybody else get cold sores this bad before. And so obviously I have a regimen. I constantly carried around chapstick. Okay, I had chapstick in every single pocket. I was putting chapstick on at least every 5 minutes, and if I didn't, my lips would dry out, and I could feel it. I was like, if I don't get chapstick on within the next 15 minutes, it's possible I could break out in cold sores. It was terrifying to me. So I was addicted to it. I had to have that chapstick because I didn't want cold sores, especially since they're getting worse and worse and worse. And then my nighttime regimen wasn't just chapstick before I went to bed. I lathered my lips in Carmex. Okay, like literally. And if I woke up in the middle of the night, I'd have to do it again because I could feel my lips drying out. And it was terrible. It was terrible to me, and I didn't know what to do about it. Doctors didn't know what to do about it. they wouldn't give me a higher dose of acyclovir because I'm already at a ridiculous, prescription level, and it wasn't helping. Even with the acyclovir, my cold sores would still grow, like while I was taking the medicine. And so that's what made me really nervous to try Lipsense, especially when they said, once you start Lipsense, you can't go back. You can't go back to chapstick. You can't go back to wax things. And that's what I lived on. That's what my lips lived on. And so I was super nervous about trying something new. And I knew that trying Lipsense would freak out my lips, like just the newness of Lipsense. My lips would probably just freak out and break out in cold sores. And so I was super nervous. I debated about it for quite a while about what am I going to do? And if I break out in cold sores, obviously I don't want to use the product while I have a cold sore going on. So what am I going to do if I do get a cold sore? And so I thought about it, and all the things they're saying that's so healthy for your lips, it's so good for your lips, plus long-lasting lip color. I hardly ever wear lipstick because I hate how it smears off. That bugged me so bad that I never wore it. So I looked into it and I decided to give it a go. And one main thing that really helped me decide to make it a go was that Lipsense also made a lip balm that I could use if I felt like I couldn't use the lip color. And so they actually have this moisturizing lip balm, and by itself, I don't like it by itself. I prefer the gloss 100%. I really like the gloss. But if a cold sore happened, I felt way more prepared. And I was right. The first time I tried Lipsense, I had no problems. I felt great. The color obviously didn't last as long because I was going through the exfoliation process. But the second day I put it on, and throughout the day, my fellow cold sore people out there know, crap, a cold sore's coming on. You can feel it happening. And I was out and about. I didn't think anything of it. And I was like, I don't have anything. I don't have my medicine. I don't have anything to prevent this from happening. And obviously, in my mind, I'm thinking this, this is what I'm used to if I don't have my medicine. So I'm freaking out. And I rush home and I grab my medicine container and I realize it's empty. And by this point, I'm going on 3 or 4 hours, and I'm like, I'm screwed anyway. Even if I did take medicine now, it's not going to do anything. It's gonna keep growing. So I was really, 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 really nervous. And so I started doing this little regimen. And what I know, this is not medicated. It's not medicated for cold sores. And so I decided that I would mix it. I did that a lot with Carmax. I would mix it with Bliss Sticks. This is one of my favorite ointments for cold sores. I just think it is, I don't know. Abreva, I do not like. It does not work for me. So I prefer this. I feel like this just helps my lips feel better. Even when I have a cold sore, it helps them feel better. I don't know. That won't make sense to people who don't get cold sores, but they kind of burn, they itch, and you just want to kind of rip it off your face. So this helps that feeling kind of go away. And then, but this dries out. And so I put this on and then put this on over it. Okay. But still, even with this, without my acyclovir, I was really nervous. But guess what happened, you guys? Here's a picture of me the next day with that cold sore. Can you see it? Can ya? I'll help you out. It's right there, that little whitish spot on my lip. I am amazed. This has never happened to me in a long time, that without medication, without my acyclovir, that has stayed that small. I'm amazed. It's fabulous. So I was like, what is happening, right? So it stayed around for a couple weeks. I couldn't get rid of it for a couple weeks, but I'd use the Bliss Sticks, and how I do it so I don't spread my cold sores, I put it on my lips around where I have a cold sore, and then I'll put it on where the cold sore is. Then I use a different finger, and I put this on over that. I put a little on my finger, go over my lip where I don't have cold sores, and then put it over where the cold sore is. And that helps it so I don't spread cold sores across my lips. Okay? Just doing that treatment, 3 weeks, little things just keeps popping up, gone, okay, without my medication. And then recently I've only been getting it, I got it because it was some stressful things going on. And so I ended up getting a cold sore. I had a really bad anxiety stress attack, and I get cold sores. But normally when I get cold sores, I get this, especially if I'm stressed. And so I'm really nervous, but I actually had my cyclovir that time. I took my cyclovir, okay? My cold sore was gone. It stayed that small size and was gone by the 3rd day. That has never happened to me, ever. So for me, this is a huge testimonial that this stuff is so healthy for your lips. I feel like because my lips are healthier with all the ingredients that are in Lipsense, in the gloss, and even in the lip balm that I put over this other medicated things, and Scene Gens hopefully will see this and make a medicated one, has helped my lips so my cold sores don't get as bad. And this is so exciting for me because it's so embarrassing. Like little cold sores I can deal with. Most people hardly ever see them. But when it was my whole lip, that was so embarrassing for me. And so now I'm super happy. This is why I've stayed with the company, because it's helped my lips. It's healed them. It's made them healthier. It's made it so that my cold sore problem, which I will have for the rest of my life, it's just fact, they're not nearly as bad. And I'm really hoping that in the future they'll even improve more as my lips have gone on. Because I've only used this product now maybe since January of this year, and we're in September, so not even 9 months, maybe about 9 months. And this has never happened to me. And I think it's amazing. Doctors couldn't help me, but this product has. And I shout out to everybody who has cold sores. And if you're watching this video, I challenge you to share this video and tag your friends that you know who get cold sores. Because I bet you that they are looking for a solution to help them with their cold sores. Because if they get it nearly as bad as I did, or I still could, you never know. But as I did, they would want to use this product. It will help them so much just to have a better mindset, that they don't have to have a panic attack if they don't have their cyclovir, that it's going to be okay. And that is why I was super nervous to join this company or to even try this product, and why I'm 100% sticking with it. It is my new regimen. I use Lipsense daily, and if I can't use the color, I'm always wearing the gloss. I love the gloss, and I hope that if any of you, have questions, reach out to me. My email address is listed below at debelicious.beauty@gmail.com, or follow my Facebook group and send me a Facebook message, and I will answer any questions, because if you go through cold sores, I know exactly what you're going through, and I would love to help you get to this excitement, this giddiness that I'm at now, about where my cold sores are at. Okay, I love you all. Lipsense on. Mwah! Have a good day.